Hello and welcome to Hatty Waiver Guru. This week, every week I'm going to do a special segment. Last week it was a buy low segment and we targeted folks like Braylon Edwards, so I hope you picked them up in the trade. This week what I'm going to do is bye week blues. So basically if you have players on a bye week or you have injured players, I'm going to give you 5 QBs, 5 running backs, 5 wide receivers, and 5 tight ends that you can play. And these are all level 2 guys. You always start your studs, okay? Always start your studs. Don't ask me, do I start Steven Jackson or Michael Pittman? You start Steven Jackson, he's your stud. You're always going to start your studs. So I'm considering all of these people number 2s. And if they're your number 1s, I'm sorry, okay? But these are all number 2s. Okay, start with the QBs. Here are my 5 choices. Number 1, Brad Johnson of the Cowboys. Go ahead. If you got your QB on bye week, use Brad Johnson. Also, Kyle Orton. Remember, I consider Kyle Orton a QB too. If he's your starting QB, I'm sorry, but you got to do what you got to do. Kyle Orton's number 2. Next is Matt Schaub. Okay, I'm having to start Matt Schaub this week. Jeff Garcia will be my next one, and then JT O'Sullivan. Okay, so it's Brad Johnson, Kyle Orton, Matt Schaub, Jeff Garcia, and JT O'Sullivan. I consider all these QB2s. Okay, moving on to running backs. Okay, I like Cedric Benson. Okay, the news is that Marvin Lewis wants to change his backfield up. He's not happy with Chris Perry. As I've been telling you guys, Chris Perry's got the drops. He's just not averaging very well. I think Benson's going to carry more of the load. So Cedric Benson. Dominic Rhodes, I told you to pick him up. Now let's start him. Okay, Warrick Dunn, told you to pick him up. Let's start him. Michael Pittman, again, I told you to pick him up. Let's start him. And then Sammy Morris, okay, he's becoming the feature back there. New England backfield is rough. So if you have some of the other 4, I recommend them more than Sammy Morris. But Sammy Morris is a bye week filler. Okay, moving on to wide receivers. And again, these are not stud wide receivers. These are guys that should be hanging out on your bench from collecting from waiver wire. All right, now let's get them in the game if you got bye week or injuries. Start with Devon Hester, okay? I think he's going to be Kyle Orton's number 1 target next week. Then Lance Moore, okay? I'm starting Lance Moore this week. He's seeing a lot of targets from Breeze. Don't expect Colston to really contribute much yet, just still coming off that injury. Next is Nate Jackson. This guy's been flying under the radar. I've picked him up off my waivers. Roethlisberger looks his way, so he's a good bye week filler injury starter. Next is Vincent Jackson. Chambers is down. Vincent Jackson, tall wide receiver, getting those plays. And then finally, Brandon Stokley. And you need to monitor Brandon Stokley's health. He had a concussion, his 10th concussion. Oh my gosh, this guy's going to, one more and he's out. But Brandon Stokley will be a bye week fill-in. So Devon Hester, Lance Moore, Nate Washinton, Vincent Jackson, Brandon Stokley. And then finally, your tight ends. I like Vernon Davis. I like Zach Miller from Oakland. Bo Scaife. I like Bo Scaife a lot. As you guys have seen in my previous videos, I'm a big Bo Scaife fan. Visante Shiancoe. Okay, I like him as well. And then Alex Smith from Tampa Bay. Okay, so let's give the final rundown. We'll be done. QBs, Brad Johnson, Kyle Orton, Matt Schaub, Jeff Garcia, JT O'Sullivan. Running backs, Cedric Benson, Dominic Rhodes, Warrick Dunn, Sammy Morris, and Michael Pittman. And then wide receivers, Devon Hester, Lance Moore, Nate Washinton, Vincent Jackson, and then Brandon Stokley. And at your tight ends, you have Vernon Davis, Zach Miller, Bo Scaife, Visante Shiancoe, and Alex Smith. Okay, so bye week blues, injuries. Give me some feedback. You can email me if you need help. It's Hatty Waiver Guru at Hatty Waiver Guru. And everybody go to my website. Please check out my website. It's www.hattywaiverwireguru.com, and I have articles that we post. Okay, so you have articles every day. We have something new coming out for you. I want to give you guys as much information as I possibly can. I've gotten a lot of great feedback of people getting extra wins from using the advice. I appreciate all the compliments, guys. We're going to win. I still have an undefeated team in my main league, and I want you guys to throw up some more W's. So keep tuning in. Good luck. Let's kick some butt.